New Japan Pro Wrestling New Beginning 2023 in Osaka, Japan just took place this past Saturday, this past weekend. We have a lot of single matches on this card. It's the first time I feel like in a while there's been tons of single matches that wasn't the Wrestle Kingdom card. So I think that's pretty cool. I would have had this show to you guys sooner, but had a busy weekend with being the UFC on Saturday as well, and that being the Super Bowl. So that's why I had to bring this to y'all on this Monday. So yeah, man, I'm just had to do what I had to do. Your boy was trying to win some coin on that FanDuel. Was I successful? Was I not? I don't know. We'll see. But so the first match we had on the show, we had Aaron Henare and the Great Okan taking on Oscar Lube and Toru Yano right here. So I think you can kind of tell who is going to get the victory, who's going to be taking the L for his team. That being Lube, however pronounce that young man's name. I need to find out how that is pronounced, the pronunciation of it. We got the Rampage from Henare getting a victory for his team. This is a squash, but it was a fun squash, so can't really be too mad at that. Next match we had on this card, we had Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, SANADA, and Tetsuya Naito, otherwise known as Los Ingobernables de Japón, taking on Ryusuke Taguchi, Shota Umino, Tiger Mask 4, and Tomoaki Honma right here. So we're getting more of the Naito Umino pairing. So it's either, this means one thing, it's either going to improve and it's going to, I hope it continues in that way, or maybe it's going to end this tour and it's going to maybe pick back up here later. I think Naito's kind of taking it as his duty to get Ren Narita, to get Shota Umino where he needs to be. And I think that's a good task to take on, man. So yeah, so we get the victory, get this match ending with the time bomb 2 being applied to Ryusuke Taguchi at about 8 minutes and 45 seconds right here. It's a solid match, maybe a little bit unspectacular, but still solid nonetheless right here. So then after match, we get big news. We're going to have a new challenger for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. That challenger being one half of the Super Junior Tag League winners, that being Lio Rush right here. So he comes on the big screen. Lio Rush says he's going to challenge Hiromu here for the Junior Heavyweight title. And that's a very interesting Junior Heavyweight Championship match. Maybe one of the most interesting Junior Heavyweight Championship matches we've had in a long time. So, you know, your boy is here for it. So, moving on. Up the card, we have another singles match right here. Or the first singles match on this card, excuse me. You have Master Wato taking on Taiji Ishimori right here. So, these guys have met in the Best of Super Juniors 2020, 2021, and Declaration of Power last year. Wato, pretty much, he'd been getting one up on Ishimori in the tag team, preliminaries coming into this match. So this was a solid match, man. We get the Bloody Cross putting my man Master Wato away around 11 minutes and 19 seconds. This is a quality, sound wrestling match, but it didn't stay on too long. It didn't overstay its welcome. I think that was a nice shot. That was a nice shot for these guys. And like I said, you get Taiji Ishimori getting a victory over Master Wato, kind of to my surprise. I thought maybe this would be Master Wato's signature singles victory here, aside from a tournament setting. So, maybe later. Moving on up the card, we have Hiroshi Tanahashi taking on the Bullet Club's top gunner right here, Kenta. So these guys have faced each other at G129, G130, Power Struggle, Summer Struggle Nagoya, Summer Struggle 2021, and Wrestle Kingdom 16. So they're pretty fucking fire together whenever they wrestle each other, man. And this was no different right here. Kenta's going to be going over to the States for New Japan Strong. He has a open weight title match with Fred Rosser. So that's going to be interesting to see what goes on with that. But in the meantime, between time, he got put away with a high fly flow, a hair under 14 minutes right here. This match, it was good. It never escalated to their top stuff that they've done in the past. I thought this was a really solid match right here. So that's really all I can say about it. Kenta's off to the States for a little bit. So we welcome you, Kenta. Come on home. So next match we have our title match of the show, one of our title matches anyway. For the Never Openweight 6-man Tag Team Championship, we have the House of Torture, El Desperado versus, we have the House of Torture taking on El Desperado, Minoru Suzuki, and Ren Narita right here. So I was wondering what was going on because the House of Torture said the belts were no more. They was pretty much, they were just going to be the forever champions. They started off by jumping Ren Narita at entrance, so I thought that was kind of light. So, or kind of neat way to start this match. Just something that you would expect from the House of Torture. So I thought this match was fine. The House of Torture's, domination spots were a little bit, whatever, but when I don't know what to call these trio of gentlemen right now, Suzuki, Ren Narita, and El Desperado, I like the finishing sequence. They pretty much all tapped out everybody. They all pretty much had everybody in a submission. Yujiro tapped out a little under 13 minutes right here. I like this pairing. I really do. So let's hope New Japan doesn't fuck it up. All right, so Actually Suzuki and Narita they hugged each other after a fight, and I guess the group is going to be alone. It's simply a strong style. So yeah, we got strong style right here. Go ahead and just hold the belts for a year. Let these guys just hold these belts for years, putting on great trios matches with everybody. I would be very proud of that, and I would be very happy. So next we have loser leaves Japan. Hikuleo taking on Jay White. So I thought about this here. The wording here is a little bit interesting because loser leaves Japan, not New Japan Pro Wrestling. That means literally you can show up at the US show. So we got Hikuleo. He debuted with some new music. Yeah, man. We got Jay White actually getting taking the L to Hikuleo around, I believe it's about like the time I think was, I don't have the official time wrote down, so sue me, whatever. I didn't write the official time down, but they told a very, very good story right here, especially towards the end of the match. I thought when this got toward the ending sequences, this is when this match picked up a little bit. I'm not saying it dragged or was dull. I thought it was actually a really good match, but I think the ending sequences here were what told the story that needed to be told. So yeah, Jay White is gone from Japan. He fist bumped Tanahashi. He actually, before he took the choke slam from Hikuleo, Hikuleo two-sweeted him before he put Jay White away. So yeah, Jay White is gone from Japan. Now, what that means, it doesn't necessarily mean New Japan with the wording. He could, like I said, still be on New Japan Strong. But I don't know. I guess we'll just find out. So, next match we have for the NEVER Openweight Championship, we have the champion Tama Tonga attempting to defend his title against the number one contender at this point, El Phantasmo, right here. This match went 27 minutes. I love ELP. I love Tama Tonga. But should these guys be having a near 30-minute match, man? I don't think so. I think these guys' offense are better. It's crazy with pro wrestling. Some wrestlers, I think, kind of things start getting heightened when it's around the 30, 40-minute mark. And, dude, some wrestlers aren't meant to go 30, 40 minutes. That's not bad. That's not a horrible thing. It's just that's not your forte. And I feel that both of these guys, both of these guys are more like sprinters than they are marathon runners. But we got a 27-minute match right here. This was okay. We got we got actually my man Tama Tonga defending his championship. He hit him with twisting Jay Driller. Nice way to end this match. Shout out to Jay Briscoe. That was pretty sweet. So then we got the main event of the show for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. We have the defending champion Kazuchika Okada taking on the man he actually took the belt from at not this last Wrestle Kingdom, but the Wrestle Kingdom before. That being Shingo Takagi right here. So their past matches, G130, New Japan Cup 2021, Dominion 2021, and of course, Wrestle Kingdom. So we got Okada coming here representing maybe the tired, stale part of New Japan, while Shingo represents that anytime someone is new and interesting come along, their push is cut off the legs in favor of the status quo, and that's usually what we get here in New Japan, because I'm not going to hold you, Shingo Takagi's run with the heavyweight title was something that New Japan much needed, and then once we're back at the Okada status quo, it's kind of like, okay, we're here. So this was an Okada formulaic match, and yeah, there was some obvious filler, time padding stuff that I really despise with New Japan main events. So, one though, Shingo's a super fantastic opponent for Okada. And another thing that's very notable here, Okada went full heel. So, it's always good where Okada went full heel, man. He gets the victory over Shingo in about 32 minutes right here. This was a really, really good match. Damn near great match right here. I think the heelish Okada is what sold this match and maybe pushed it up to the next level a little bit more. So, post-match, Okada's title defense is going to be on the show next Saturday, coming up here in San Jose. He calls out Hiroshi Tanahashi for that title shot. So we're going to get Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Kazuchika Okada for the title. So I think this is the first time they've taken each other on for the championship on American soil. So let's go Okada, let's go Tanahashi. We get people clamoring, of course, for Mercedes Moné to be in the main event for that show. And yeah, I don't want that to be the main event. I'm sorry. I get it. I know people would want that to be the main event, but if they do make that the main event, I'm not going to be upset about it. Shout out to Mercedes Moné. Shout out to Kyrie. So hopefully if that is the main event, let them ladies do their thing. So before we close out, New Japan actually released the brackets for the New Japan Cup of 2023. So I'm going to bring that back. Easy for me to say. I'm going to bring those brackets up and see what we got and what the matchups we have. So bear with me one moment as I do that. So, New Japan Cup 2023. We have in the first round, we're having SANADA take on Taiji. And KENTA's going to face that winner because it looks like he's kind of getting a bye, so to speak. We're going to get Tetsuya Naito taking on El Phantasmo on the first time meeting. We got Ren Narita taking on Evil. Toru Yano taking on Mark Davis. We have Yoshihashi taking on Kyle Fletcher. That should be a banger right there. Hiroki Goto actually will face the winner of that match. Shingo Takagi is going to take on Aaron Henare in first round action. Tama Tonga facing off with said winner. We have we have David Finlay and Tomohiro Ishii taking off with each other in the first round. Great O'Connor awaiting that winner. Then we have Shota Umino taking on Yujiro Takahashi with Zack Sabre Jr. awaiting that. So I see it's kind of interesting how they set up these kind of buy slots or whatever. Is kind of interesting because at first I thought maybe the guys were champions, and then I was like, okay, maybe these are just simply at random. I'm not sure. But so New Japan Cup action is on the way. Guys, put down in the comments below who you think possibly can win the New Japan Cup. Who do you want to win the New Japan Cup? Who do you don't want to win the New Japan Cup? All kind of stuff like that, man. So, but this has been our New Japan Pro Wrestling New Beginning 2023 review and talking about the New Japan Cup bracket. So hopefully y'all enjoyed, man. If y'all didn't, that's fine too, man. I can't make y'all do whatever. Man, I can't make y'all mind. I can't make your mind up for you. If you liked it, you liked it. If you didn't, that's fine too. So it's your boy, the Pro Wrestling Fly God, Stardust Yaku, Blunt Naito, signing off. SOS Wrestling Network, man. Back at y'all. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. The price of admission is free $99. Please don't forget that. So I'm going to holler at y'all later, man. Y'all take care. Peace.